guys, Nananki here, bringing you another Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary. The other day I was playing the Engineer on Upward, and I thought I had the Gunslinger equipped, and turns out I didn't. I had the regular wrench equipped, but it turned out to be to my benefit, I think, in the long run. Right off the bat there you see me shooting at that sniper, more to dissuade him from shooting my sentry than anything else, even though I'm not really super close. I don't want to make it too easy for him to nail me with that Huntsman either. But I got a couple kills with my sentry, and it was taking some damage, so I decided to destroy it and build a new one. It was at that moment that I realized, why can't I build another one? Oh, I don't have my Gunslinger equipped, I have my normal wrench equipped. Though I did switch to it later, and that's why it's showing up in that menu right there. So I did run into the sniper again behind the front there, and I boggled my first shot, but I did make the second one count, and luckily he hadn't picked up any significant health since the last time I had run into him, because I was able to take him out quite easily. And I kind of was hoping right here to just be an annoyance. I was hoping to get some people to chase me and just be annoying, because that's fun. Being an annoying little bastard is fun. That's half the fun of playing Spy. I tried to go out the left door there. It's still closed because they still haven't managed to get the first point. So now I'm so far behind the front, and I've got my sentry in that pretty decent position up on that ledge overlooking the first point. And so, well, I don't want to build my sentry up next to their spawn with it up in a position to actually support my team getting the point. So I decide, well, I'll build a dispenser in an out-of-the-way location. That way I can not only get my health back, but start accumulating metal for this next push. And I ran all that way to get that metal because I really didn't want to go for the metal that's right here in front of their spawn, right there on the right, because I didn't want to spend any more time in that room than absolutely necessary. In fact, going back to this spot, I really shouldn't have gone through that top route. I don't know what possessed me. I just kind of figured people coming out of that spawn are running immediately out to the left. They're not looking to their right. And even if they do chase me, maybe I get them with the shotgun, maybe not. I don't know, maybe I was just tempting fate. So now that my preparations are complete, I'm going to set up my sentry in kind of the best spot I think I can to cover their spawn, but not be too overt where it's catching them immediately as they jump out of their spawn door, because if I put it right in the middle of that room, all anybody would have to do is go Demo Man, or even just a couple of heavies could come out and take out my gun quite easily. But by putting it way back there in the corner, people kind of have to get reasonably close to it and not usually see it until it's too late. And it's about this moment that I noticed, obviously, that telly is just in a silly, silly spot. And I kind of want to bait people to chase me. That guy was just standing up there, so I have one revenge crit left, and I decided, you know what would be funny? To just stand right in front of the teleporter. I know it faces this way, and just blow the guy away the moment he comes through. If I'm close enough, I'll do 180 damage, and anything but a soldier or a heavy would die instantly. And of course, it's a soldier, but lucky me, he did not have the presence of mind to not shoot me at point-blank range with 20 health, and so he blew himself to smithereens without blowing me to smithereens. So I take this opportunity to once again bang on pieces of equipment with my wrench and magically increase their capabilities. Well, good news is my team got the point. Bad news is they took down my sentry. I expected a flood of red to be after me at this point, and at least one guy came after me, and I took a grenade to the teeth. That's okay. I eat grenades for breakfast. They taste like pineapples. The pineapples are delicious. And so all is well. And that was the only red guy that came after me, so I was like, alright, well, I'll just continue to chill in this room up against the wall so that anybody who comes from above will be shot by my gun. And not only will that act as a warning for me, it'll hopefully just outright kill him. If it's anything but a soldier, a heavy, or a demo, that'll probably just be that. You know, if they run into this room and don't notice the gun's gonna kill them. But now that I've got it level 3 again, I decide to go out and see what I can see. I see my team has got this point again, and I am getting shot by rockets, and all I want to do is make sure I don't lose my revenge crits. I managed to live once again through another improbable situation of being shot at by a soldier. And luckily for me, I know I've got my dispenser down here to get my health back, and it dawned on me, boy, you know, it's time to move this gun up. And so I'm trying to make sure it's not in too obvious a spot, because I want to stick it up against this edge. But here comes this Demo Man from the left and a Pyro from the front, and even though I stuck him pretty good with those shotgun shots, that Demo Man was right there. And stickies are the natural predator of sentries. So I sped up me rebuilding my sentry again, because I got the dispenser right here. Of course, you can go from 1 to 3 awfully quickly. And I don't know what possessed me to drop that immediately. I think I heard an explosion or saw some gunfire maybe. But I came around this corner, all I see is red in every direction. I was like, oh boy, this was a mistake. So I figured, if nothing else, I'll make him waste a few shots on my sentry before he runs around it and blows me up. But no, he just stood there and shot at it, so I was able to just stand there and tank it. You can restore health to your sentry between the level ups, if your wrench is timed right. In fact, even if you're just swinging constantly like I was, you're going to catch it generally between level ups. So now there's a whole bunch of blue to support me, and I figure, okay, I'll set my gun up again. Hopefully. When you're on a sharp incline like that, sometimes it will take, sometimes it won't. So I'm trying to blow up these stickies with my pistol. Pistols are good for that. I figure my level 3 is watching the left. I'll just, shoot at anybody from the front, and if I need health, I can go get it. And right here is when I realized, I can go get health from my dispenser, but I'm the only one who knows it's down here. And we've really, really pushed around this corner now. My sentry's out in the open, comparative to, before, so it's time to move this dispenser up as well. So anybody on my team who comes for the health will see the dispenser. Even though it's only level 1, it's still going to act as a damage magnet. That pyro is focused on me instead of dealing with my team. And when ignored, it will kill people. It'll kill you pretty surprisingly easily. It's an aimbot. So there's a lot of blue in my field of vision, and I'm thinking to myself, as soon as I get this gun leveled up, I'm going to try to push up and around the corner with it. And that's an awfully suspicious character. Yeah, I spy. I like the panic running stab. Like, at that point, you gotta, if anything, switch immediately back to the sapper. And there's another one of those moments. Like, I know that they're right around the corner, and I'm just trying to make sure to watch my back. And, sometimes if you don't watch your back, you will get shot in it. And it's now close enough to the corner to cover the corner and anybody that comes out of the doorway, but it's also up against this wall directly behind it. And I have, like, no metal left, and I'm like, you know what, I need to move this thing. And right here is where I get taken out by a demo man who knows what he's doing. Obviously. My long streak of alive is put to an end. So I was alive for about 7.5 minutes of actual match time, 8.5 minutes if you count before the match. And that's nowhere near my record, though. On a payload race map with no time limit, I remember being alive for like 22 minutes or 23 minutes. I know it's ridiculous. As engineer, of course, because I had a level 3 built up, and I was covering the point, and their cart was practically on the point. It was at the bottom of the ramp, and both carts were in the same position for the better part of 20 minutes. It was just like literally one of the worst stalemates ever. And I was stuck on engineer because I was the only one watching our point. So that's a story from the past. Back to the present, or, well, the more recent past. Your present, my recent past. We're pushing this cart in, and there's so many of us on the cart, and so little defense, apparently, that the teleporter was practically an afterthought. I was like, this might end up being a thwarted push. Let me pick up my sentry. Okay, I can't pick up my sentry. The cart's already in. It doesn't matter. Oh, what do you know? My teleporter's down. Big surprise. Oh, and my corpse ragdolls off as many objects as it possibly can before it finally kicks the bucket. So, next round, on defense, I'm now using the mini-sentry. As you saw, I switched to it at the end of the last round. And kind of as an afterthought, I was like, oh yeah, I should probably put up a dispenser for my teammates. Oh yeah, I did have a teleporter set up. There's the remains of it. As soon as the exit was set up, I guess the game didn't like where I had it, either the entrance or the exit, and it auto-destructed itself. I was not real pleased about that. I was like, well, there's really not enough time to run to the front, and that's when I decided, well, I'll just build a dispenser then, if I'm not going to have anything else. I'm not sure exactly what the tactical strategy being employed by that pyro was. It was so sophisticated, I can't deconstruct it. But now I've got some mini-crits in my gun, and I'm immediately going to just waste them on the first scout that goes sprinting away. But I'm pretty sure I did actually kill that spy. I can't be 100% sure, but I'm reasonably sure. And luckily for me there, the heavy reloads my gun with some more crits, so I can take out his medic at least. And now the medic has gone out on a limb to help me, and I'm responsible for him now because we're up in a corner, but luckily I've killed all comers between me and my mini-sentry, and now's the opportunity to get out of the corner, medic. Out of the corner, medic. I don't like having a medic stuck in a corner with me being the only protection he's got. I've still got that little mini-sentry around that corner, so anybody who tries to go that way is going to wind up like that pyro. My first sentry started up in the front right corner, kind of directly to the right of their main spawn exit, like a few inches to the right of where I'm aiming right now. Way up in that corner so that anybody who came out of those two right exits would be shot at it immediately. And it picked up a few kills, as you saw. It gave me a few revenge crits right off the bat. So now, it's been a few minutes. This has turned into one of those we're actually preventing them from getting out of spawn type of defenses. Of course, you have to fall back every now and again for more health, or more ammo, whatnot. That's why I've got my dispenser set up, and I've got 6 revenge crits right now, and I feel like now's a good time to put them to use because they're kind of pushing out pretty far. I had to put my sentry all the way back on that little platform where it'll usually draw just sniper fire or rocket fire. And it dawns on me like, okay, this is a good opportunity with no blue pressing me right now to get this dispenser up to at least level 2 because there are so many people taking advantage of it. I'd like to have it level 3 even, ideally. And I guess it is. So once again, putting sentries in tricky spots. And boy, was it just me? Those shots seemed to hit him. I don't know, that was a Pulp Fiction moment. All those shots just went wide. It was like, huh? Oh man, I tried to save my one revenge shot for a good moment to make sure I got him, and I still missed. Stupid wooden support structures. I'm in a bad spot there for the range of those stickies. Always throw up another mini-sentry immediately if you can. Make getting metal a priority at all times, and always mix up the positioning of your gun. Around corners, around poles, whatever, on ledges. Mix it up as much as possible, because that's the main benefit of a mini-sentry. Back before there were mini-sentries, it was considered a reasonably valid tactic to set up, well, that Pyro's oblivious, sorry, to set up level 1 sentries in unusual spots. You know, even if you're not going to be able to build them up to level 3 and make like a normal conventional NG nest, just to take advantage of the benefit of surprise. And again, put a dispenser where the health is, because if your teammates are going for the health, they're going to find your dispenser. If you put your dispenser in a hidden out-of-the-way corner, you're going to be the only one who knows it's there. Now, with a conventional NG nest, these rules are different because you can defend it with a level 3 sentry, and it also then provides metal for you to reload and heal your weapon, or your sentry gun, and to reload your weapon for that matter. I wonder if that's the same Pyro who ran past my sentry a few moments ago and was then killed by it. It's possible. Wow. That charge and demo with the bottle. He is on top of it, I'm telling you. It's a powerful combo. People don't give it a lot of credit sometimes, but it can be very strong. And right there, he's got the crits. His crits are better than my crits. He had just the right range, and he did end up with an arrow somewhere in his nasal cavity. I think that might have cleared his sinuses pretty efficiently. They've got a minute left, and there goes my dispenser, which means they are pushed around that corner, of course. In my head, I'm trying to imagine this blue army, and I'm like, oh, they're riding the cart in. That's an obvious spy. And he sees my gun going up, and I don't want them to get the point. Get off this cart. It's my part. It's my cart. And this was good timing there. I just happened to be right between those swings. I think both of them theoretically could have been in range. And, you know, I'm helping that scout out. And there's that charge and demo, man. See that 144? If it had just been 180, that'd have been the end of that. And my sentry is, again, in a vulnerable but very offensive spot. That's kind of the balance you're always looking at with mini-sentries is... Oh, yep, he got it. That's why I left that dead cam in, because I was sitting there watching like, oh, he's going to run right through and just jump on the cart, and it's going to go the extra 3 inches and be in. Shucks. Like, I tried really hard to stop that capture. But, on the bright side, that means you guys have 3 more minutes of footage. So that's good, right? That puts me into my 15 to 25 minute window of targeted time. Though it's always going to be variable to a degree, and I know that guy's a spy, and I was saying so on the mic, but we had a lag spike, everything went crazy. Who knows? Who knows who heard what? And here I'm trying to move my mini-sentry again. Sometimes I have to be, like, pointed right at it for more than a second before I can pick up my gun. I don't know what the deal is, but always remember you can always drop down here to this ledge with the health and ammo when the health and ammo is there, for that matter. This is another good spot to stick a gun in a dispenser if your team is holding the tunnel, especially, because it's where the health is, once again. And I see my sentries being sapped, and so I just, you know, again, immediately build another sentry. Always just immediately build another sentry. And I get robbed here. Look at this. Oh, robbed. So close. I should have at least killed the soldier, then I wouldn't have taken that rocket shot. But, you know, at least while I was dead, I got to watch this little drama unfold. Sniper is not unaware. Doesn't even go for the arrow, pulls out the melee, puts an end to that spy. And then when I spawn, I get to see the second half of this little story play out in front of me. There's part 2 of the epic tale of Sniper versus Spy. Really, part 200 million of the epic unfolding tale of Sniper versus Spy. And, you know, figure I'll support my gun, build another one immediately. If I had... stayed there to back that gun up, I was afraid I was going to get pressured too hard by that heavy. I'm too far away to do anything to that guy. Yeah, he's never going to get that 8 damage back. Sometimes you're just shooting at people with the pistol out of obstinance. You're just annoyed with them. Like, I will continue to flick little tiny bullets at you. I would love to know what kind of bullets only barely hurt. Like, what exactly is this gun shooting? Like, I'm pretty sure, you know, people like to downplay, like, the significance of, like, a 22 round. I'm like, you know, if you get shot by a 22, you're still just as dead if it hits you in a vital spot. This thing you've got to really peck people with, unless you get the crits, like, right there. Those 45 a shot, man, I love that. That's, like, half the reason I use the pistol. It's just for the occasional crits, because you get them for a period of time. Like, yeah, like that 8 to that scout. Like, yeah, that made a big difference. But the crits on the pistol are fantastic. I love it because it's like, at that point, you're like a heavy. For 3 seconds, you're like a heavy. I debated it for a moment. I was like, you know what? Yeah, right around this corner. It's kind of surprising. I don't get a lot of success with that spot because, you know, you come around a corner and it's right there and you just go right back around the corner and then you can corner it and get it. I was so sure I was finished there with the 2 scouts. But nope, somehow managed to come through it, and I don't want to try to make my last stand on the point with that little health, but I'm not going all the way to spawn with no gun up. It's like more imperative to me that I get a gun up again immediately, because if I don't, who's going to shoot me to death and make sure that I'm dead for the end of the round? The gun is so lethal, it killed me! As I always put in the description of my videos, feel free to visit my friend Cyrus's Twitch TV channel, Super Game Bros. He runs with his brother Savis. It's pretty entertaining, and tonight, Monday night, I should be on there, barring any unforeseen difficulties, assuming everything goes according to plan. Hopefully you guys will join us. So, Monday night is today, and I say night because I don't really know exactly when. Sometime in the later evening, so I don't know, check his page for details if it's gonna happen. Thank you for watching, as always. I do greatly appreciate it. Like it if you liked it, and I will catch you next time. Peace.
God damn it! I had it too, you dick.